Hi Sagittarius, here is an in a nutshell version of your solar chart for the whole of 2013. If you want to know when Mercury goes retrograde, that's written up on my website, and maybe a little bit more information about this and that. So anyway, without further ado, let me begin with Mercury. Actually, Mercury is going to be in Pisces for quite a long time in 2013. And that is likely to mean that you will be very much in conversation or with your head very much pondering things and ideas related to family, a place on the map, or places on the map, locality, base of operations, a neighborhood. You could be coming and going more. You could be having to be in communications centered around a property, a base of operations, or to do with family and coordinating things, and just being very much, lines being open between you, and making new connections as well. There's going to be two solar eclipses. The first one's in Taurus on May the 9th, and that comes into your area of work, the way you work, the venue you work in, who you work for, or colleagues you work with, and it's a neutral energy allowing for new beginnings. So there can be new beginnings happening there related to your the details of daily life, the tasks and the jobs you have to do, whether that is for your major career type work, if you've got the career type work, or if that's just the sort of the day-to-day running of affairs. Also, it's to do with health, and it can mean that, again, a fresh start here with health. So try to take a step in a preferred direction on or just before the eclipse day, and then that will knock on the energy through, that particular intention will be knocked on through the next around about 6 months from when you when the eclipse actually happened. And by the way, this might not just be about your health or about your health at all. It might be to do with the health of others or the well-being of others. So the work health area is up for change and improvement. And then there's a second solar eclipse on November the 3rd, and right at the other end of the year in Scorpio. Of course, I'll mention these more as we get closer to them, and that will be a new beginning related maybe to more personal, private, behind the scenes things. It's related to higher service, it's related to spirituality, it's related to the arts, so anything going on behind the scenes related to those things, or simply to nurture health, well-being, your own, somebody else's. It can be like that as well. Again, a good change if you use the energy of change by taking a step, making a step in the right direction on or just before the day of the eclipse. Venus and Mars are going to be in long transits this year, but not until the very, very end of the year, so I'm going to mention them really, really quickly here and then come back to them later. Venus is going to be in Capricorn, going into Capricorn on November the 5th, 2013, and coming out of there on March the 6th, 2014, and that will ease conditions in the area for you of money, property and material security, so and or basic stuff, in fact stuff, so it'll be you feeling better about the comfort zone externally, but maybe also internally, beginning to feel better about things, beginning to feel like you're getting it, it's flowing better, and there's nice things happening in that very sort of quite materialistic area, whether it's to do with what you've got around you, whether it's to do with the space that you're in, and it could be a property, so you find the right place, or you've got the right things to go inside the place or outside the place, whatever it is, these sorts of things could be happening there from November the 5th onwards. Mars enters Libra right at the end of 2013, December the 8th, but stays in there until July the 25th, 2014, So I'll come back to this later, but this is a very long transit for Mars in Libra. Libra that's experienced so many hold-ups for such a long time, and spanners in the works, is going to get this whoosh of Mars energy from the end of 2013. So it means that you, in your solar chart, can get going with plans which may have been simmering on the back burner. It's a very progressive area for you because of the sign Libra being an air sign is in a really good relationship with your sign, which is a fire sign. Fire and air get on very well together. So Mars there is going to do you some favours, going to help you to do yourself some favours, and also activate friendships and group connections. But definitely it's about progress there. So I'll come back to that later on in the year. Now your ruling planet Jupiter is in your opposite sign at the moment, went in there on June the 11th 2012 and will stay until June the 25th 2013, and then it goes into Cancer from June the 25th 2013, stays in there until July the 16th 2014. So until mid-year 2013, doors will be opening into new territories, new fields of interest through who you know in close relationships. So this can be family members, this can be spouses, partners. This can be others that you are in connection with on a more than just a passing level. And because of these associations, your horizons are going to broaden. Also, certain associations could be a great teaching to you, the interaction, the dynamic between you, or in fact what they know. You're very interested and fascinated and intrigued about what they know, and you learn a lot from them. So, in a formal sense, you could be receiving teaching from a teacher in a regular way, or it's just in the University of Life. Also, other way round, it could mean that others see you more as the advisor, teacher, mentor, guide figure. You, because of these others in your life, closely in your life, you'll be there will be your mental landscape will be widening, definitely, and you get a broader perspective, and you just start to see the overview a bit more easily. And then from June the 25th, Jupiter moves into Cancer, a water sign, into your joint financial area, which is very good news, because to have the planet of expansion in a financial area is good news, as long as it is not you overstepping your own mark. So materially, it tends to suggest that your life could be improved and grow and expand through the material area, through money, through you having an association with those who can actually help your world expand and help help you with your home comforts, or help your world expand in other ways. This can mean as well that there's more money accessible to you, or possessions or equipment or space accessible to you, being made available to you. Somebody coming along picking up the tab, somebody coming along saying, here's something that I'd love you to use, or in fact you getting a really good deal on a loan, or you picking up, there's been a great uncle's inheritance sitting sort of waiting for you, gathering dust in a corner, and you suddenly discover it, and that you can take that literally or as an analogy, but however it is, the feeling here is that there could be somebody not too far away who, on a material level or in an emotional, boosting your morale sense, is going to be there for you and help you to feel more stable, give you the support that you need, and then provide a launch pad for you in life. And you can do very well out of that one if you play your cards right, Sagittarius. And all the natives of your sign will be feeling this Jupiter influence very strongly, because it goes through all the degrees. It goes all the way through to the end of Gemini, and then up to about 20 degrees of Cancer over the year. Saturn. Saturn has gone into Scorpio, the sign before yours, and will be there until 2015. Saturn began this new cycle on the 6th of October 2012, and this for you means that you are finishing off projects and chapters of experience rooted in the past, really. You could be getting a bit nostalgic sometimes with this one. You could be trying to make some sense of it. You could be sort of collecting things into an album, or depending on your age, you know, writing your journal, or your autobiography, or you are just keeping a journal, or you're just, I don't know, harking back somehow or other, maybe going in doing a bit of therapy related to the past. And this might not just be on an emotional level or a mental level, it might be like what you picked up through the experiences in your life physically that are lodged in your body and that are blocking in your body. So the blocks to do with the past, slowly over this time here, through understanding and through just digging and delving, maybe kind of just dissolving those, and so that it's no longer like huge overshadowing boulders, but just fine sand. But also another way this could work is that you're very, very busy behind the scenes on something, because this is like a chrysalis area that Saturn is in. So maybe you're doing that type of inner work that I've just described, but maybe also you're doing something creative. Maybe you're doing something in preparation. Maybe you're looking after your health better. Maybe you're doing regular classes, which would be a very good idea with Saturn here, because Saturn lights regular routine activities, because that meets the Saturn vibration. That meets the criteria and satisfies the Saturn vibration. So then you slowly just, old baggage sort of falls away, and old blocks and old behaviours and habits maybe that you know aren't good for you, they start to fall away from you, and you can then you don't overreact every time somebody pushes that same old button. You Saggies born 24th of November to the 13th of December, or with between 3 to 21 degrees of Sagittarius rising, going to feel this vibration the most over 2013, just on the level of your sun, that is. Uranus has moved from your home area, where it was for just about 7 years, and it caused a lot of disruption over those years. I think it's been out of there for a couple of years now, 2-3 years. Yeah, and lots of comings and goings at the roots of your life, or, you know, destabilizing influence, maybe moving a lot, or whatever it was. Maybe it was not to do with that, maybe it was to do with family. But anyway, it's come away from there now, and it's actually in a super duper fantastic angle to your sun sign. Sagittarius could have sort of suddenly pushed away, you put a wave under you and pushed your life off into another direction. Where it is in your chart is that it could emphasize more fun activities, more entertaining activities, more leisure type activities, more offbeat ways though of enjoying yourself or having fun, or maybe meeting up with offbeat groups who enjoy having fun in an unusual kind of a way. I don't quite know what that means, but unusual to you kind of a way. Okay, so new and interesting encounters are going to be in the pipeline here, and also you doing new and interesting things with lovers and partners and children, and, you know, nearest and dearest. It could be, you know, it could be one or all of those, and connecting more into the group dynamic somehow or other. Related to children, lovers, youngsters, that sort of creative, innovative energy, linking in more into that, maybe in a team, or maybe just you finding creative, more playful ways to express yourself and feeling good about yourself and coming from your core. and actually others looking and realizing that there are things about you that they haven't appreciated, and giving you a little bit of a round of applause every now and again. So that's altogether a good thing, and sounds like good news to me. So this is a great time for joint creative enterprise, or some sort of speculative enterprise, maybe with a bit of risk to it, but which you team together with others to create, and you pull together, and it's a good vibe. It's a very, very good energy, and but there's just this little twist of differentness about it as well. And you Saggies born the 25th of November to the 5th of December, all with 3 to 13 degrees rising, will feel this vibration the most over 2013. And then for many years, Neptune was making its influence felt in the area to do with your mind, how you sort of translated the world through your mind, and a lot of you had your thinking deepened, or you became more insightful in how you perceive the world, deeper appreciation of what you saw around you, and deeper insight into people, even psychic insight into people, wanting to help people as well. Some of you taking courses in, counselling and psychoanalysis, some of you doing art courses, some of you starting to sort of read psychically, some of you getting into healing. All of that would have been part and parcel of that Neptunian vibe there. And also, of course, I should have mentioned putting out creative, some sort of creative self-expression. And Neptune has now moved to the root of your chart, so it will at times make you feel have a deeper affinity with the earth herself, a deeper appreciation of actually where she's coming from here. With all of this monkey chatter going on over her surface, all of these millennia, actually, where she's coming from, what she knows, what her wisdom is, what her deep knowing is, and however you pick up on that. So that's more likely that you could become more of a nature child here with this position of Neptune, but on a human level you might get confused about just where exactly you belong and who you belong with and why you belong there. Being near water, interacting with water would be a good thing with Neptune in this part of your solar chart. And also having a retreat, having a very, very private dream space for yourself would be very, very good, or some sort of artistic workspace or healing space, or indeed running one and making one available for others, or making some sort of sanctuary feeling available for others, whether it's an actual place, or whether it's something that you're doing. And you Saggies born up to the 28th of November, or with up to 6 degrees rising, you're likely to feel this vibration the most over 2013. Pluto is helping you to make a major gear shift from one chapter of your being and your perceptions and your beliefs into the next, concerning material security and emotional security, and what is the more important of the two, really. And then you trying to fit a lifestyle or create a lifestyle which more reflects where you're coming from within. And you Saggies born 29th of November to the 3rd of December, or with between 7 to 12 or 7 to 12 degrees, a Sagittarius rising, going to feel this energy the most over 2013. And that's it for the year. That's your in a nutshell overview. If you know your rising sign, you can find that and listen to that. That'll give you more of an outline. And it remains for me to say